Hi, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to alter tables. We're going to show how to create foreign keys and primary keys in tables if they don't already exist. We'll demonstrate how to add columns, adjust column data types. We'll be using the Henry Books database from Philip Pratt's A Guide to SQL, which is an excellent text if you want to learn SQL. So I currently have 5 tables in there: author, book, branch, publisher, and rows. I know there are relationships between those because I built these. Like between publisher and book, I have a relationship on publisher code. A quick select all here. I have a publisher code in book, and I have a publisher code that's primary in publisher. So I know that it's there. Also, I have an existing ER diagram that tells me that they're there. So if I look at publisher to book, publisher is related to book. There's one publisher, many books. In the SQL Server world, this is done with the key symbol down here and a many symbol on the many side, the infinity symbol. So one publisher, many books. So we're going to make some of these relationships work today by altering the tables. I'm going to do it in SQL. There are ways to do it in the GUI. Alright, so let's start. Oops, didn't want to hit that. Let's start writing the code. To change something in the database world, in the SQL world, the command is alter. And it's pretty straightforward. It's alter table, whatever table name you want. So I'm going to say alter table book. I want to add the foreign key into book. Now, if I look at my keys already, I already have a primary key in book that I built when I designed the tables, but I need the foreign key down to publisher. If you're not sure which side to add the foreign key, look at your ER diagram, and I'll zoom in here. And if you look at these two tables, you see the publisher code is primary in publisher, but it's not primary, it's foreign in book. Whichever side it's not primary in is where it becomes a foreign key. And that's simple in these lookup tables like book to publisher, publisher being the lookup table, because book looks to publisher to figure out what publisher code means. It gets more complicated when you get junction tables like rows here. In this case, again, you figure out where it's primary by itself, so book is primary, so again, I would use a foreign key in rows. Okay, so I'm going to say alter table book. You may add or delete stuff, or you can also change things. I'm going to add a constraint called fk book pub. My naming convention is foreign key from book looks to publisher. So I'm going to now continue this. The naming is optional. It just makes sense to name it. It's going to be a foreign key. And you listen here. The key that's in book, that would be book code. If you're not sure, expand your columns over here and look, or do a select star from and look at it. So it's publisher code. I got it wrong. So it's publisher code. Then we say references. The table which is primary, which should be publisher. And again, you list the field that it's primary there. I'll run this. Command is completed successfully. If I refresh my table book over here, we'll see FK book pub is there. This now gives me a relationship between book and publisher. Now, primarily what that means, I now have referential integrity, which means I cannot add a book to table book that does not have a matching publisher code. So watch this. So book has, what columns does book have? Book has book code, and I'll come up with some book code that's not there. Give it a title. Here's the important part. I have no XX publisher code. This will be fiction because it's not going to work, and we'll say it's a paperback. This does not run because XX does not exist in publisher. That is why you want to add relationships in your database. So you get this referential integrity. Referential integrity will not allow you to create an unmatched foreign key. If I put something up here that is legit, like PE for Penguin Books, it runs. Beautiful. Okay, just for proof, we'll do another one. I'll do wrote this time. Wrote's more complicated. Wrote is a junction table. It has at least 2 foreign keys. Wrote looks to book on book code. Wrote looks to author on author num. You can tell a junction table when it's got more than one many connected to it. And junction table is how you implement a many-to-many relationship. So I'll do this in 2 lines. Well, you can do it in 1. I prefer doing it in multiple. I'm going to continue with my naming scheme of table I'm looking to table that I'm looking into. So here's the first one. Misspelled constraints. Beautiful. And now I'll do it again. Again, foreign key holds the key in wrote that matches. Beautiful. It runs. Take a look at wrote. Refresh it over here. And now I should have those 2 foreign keys. So we get referential integrity. You also now get the ability in SQL Server to create ER diagrams. If you look under your database, you'll see database diagrams. I'm going to right click. I'm going to do a new database diagram. The first time you do this, it's going to give you an error and say they're not installed. Just say yes, you want to install it. So I have relationships between author, book, publisher, and wrote. I did that with a control click. That's how I selected those 4. I hit add. And after a moment, it draws your ER diagram. And voila, I have an ER diagram. If you don't like the way it looks, move it around. The only thing you don't want to do is have these lines crisscrossing. Beautiful. Okay, last alter I want to do is I want to add a column. My author table currently has 3 columns. I want to put an author website in here. So again, it's alter table. This time it's author. Add author site. Now I have to pick a data type. Now, if you've looked at SQL Server data types, there's about 50 of them. There's 7 different text types. The author has used char for his, which is fine. It's a fine data type. Char will accept any ASCII character. Where it says char 12, if I have a first name of Lee, like mine, I will have LEE and then 9 spaces. Other choices include varchar, which is a variable ASCII. So Lee, instead of holding 12 spaces, would only hold 9. And then nchar and nvarchar. The n says give me Unicode. So I'm going to add arthachar. I'm going to use nvarchar. Say 200. So I allow Unicode characters in my URL. I have up to 200 characters for the website, which I think is plenty long. And so add some data, or add a column. Execute that. Command's completed successfully. Refresh my author table. And it's there. There's probably nothing in there right now. Let's select star from author. And we see author site is null. We could leave it null, or we could add in a dummy variable. Let's add a dummy variable. I'm not inserting into it. Let's go and do an update. Sorry. I'm going to change each one of these authors' websites. My machine froze for a minute. So I'll make everybody point to my school, ptcollege.edu. Beautiful. And then, of course, you could update each individual author. I'll set Stephen King's. I'm just guessing here. I guess we should choose secure. I don't know if that's really his URL. So I'll update his. Look at everything in author again. Stephen King's clearly changed. Alright, so in this video, you learned how to add foreign keys. You learned how to add a column. You also learned how to update information in a field. Alright, good luck to you. Thanks for being here.